is Trina, and today I want to talk about one of my all-time favorite series, the Cahill Witch Chronicles by Jessica Spotswood, and tell you 5 reasons why you should read it. The first book is Born Wicked, book 2 is Star Cursed, and book 3 is Sister's Fate. This is a historical fantasy trilogy about 3 sisters who are witches, and they live in a very puritanical-like society. It's very much like an alternate history of the Salem witch trials. Basically, if you are a witch, you will be tried and probably put to death whether or not you really are a witch, and our main characters really are witches. They really have powers. And in this society, young women have to choose when they come of age. You must either get married or join the sisterhood, which is like this anti-magic religious organization, and our main character, being a witch, knows she can't join the sisterhood, but she doesn't want to get married because the only prospect of marriage that she really has is of a guy that her heart does not really want, and she kind of is falling for somebody that isn't a suitable match, but he's really cute, guys. He's really an awesome love interest. Reason number 1 you should read this series. No, but in all seriousness, reason number 1 I want you to read this series is because there is such an amazing emphasis on friendship and sisterhood. First and foremost, these books are about the relationship between Kate and her sisters Mara and Tess. I really felt like the sister relationship took priority even over the romance angles of these books, and there are really solid female friendships outside of just the sisters throughout this series as well, and it just made reading this series just a pleasure to read about and see how all of these ladies have each other's backs through thick and thin, and the lengths that Kate goes to keep her sisters safe. Reason number 2 I think you should read this book is because Kate Cahill is one of the most morally strong characters that I have ever read about. Kate very much knows what she believes is right and wrong, and it's not always what the society thinks is right and wrong, but what her value system is, she stands for it. There is dark magic, magic that Kate knows is bad, but there are times that she has to question whether or not she is going to use it, and so Kate has to push those limits, and that helps her define what she really stands for. So I loved seeing that process of watching a character actually define and stand up for what they believe in instead of just doing what they're told and then never questioning their value system. So I love Kate. She's one of my absolute favorite main characters of all time. The third reason you should check out this trilogy is because there's a lot of feminism in it. This is a very patriarchal society where women basically have no rights. But throughout the series, Kate, her sisters, her friends, the sisterhood, most of the female characters throughout the series are basically fighting to have the same rights and the same voices that the men do. And we see how this comes about in their society throughout the books. And a lot of the male characters throughout the series also fight for women's rights. So that's definitely an appeal to the series. Reason number 4 why you should read this series is because it is diverse. These books do feature a racially diverse cast as well as some lesbian characters. Although I know that there is an argument out there that says if the main character of the book is not diverse, then the book is not really diverse. But there are queer and racially diverse characters all throughout the series. They're prevalent through all 3 books. So I do think that it is done in a very natural way, and it doesn't need to be just swept away just because they aren't the main characters. And a reason number 5 why you should read the series is if you are a sucker for romance. The first book does kind of start out with a love triangle, but the love triangle resolves in book 1 and is not carried out through the rest of the series, so it's not something that's dragged out forever that's really just going to drive you crazy and make you really annoyed. But the main love interest in these books is one of my all-time favorite book boyfriends. He is bookish and nerdy, and you don't see that a lot. A lot of times the love interest is a bad boy, and that has its time and place, but I found this guy to be very, very refreshing, and all 3 of these books have at least one scene in them that was so romantic and so very swoony. It's a very, very tame romance. All they do is kiss, but you can definitely feel their chemistry, and those scenes have stuck out in my head as some of the most visually beautiful scenes. Just the way that they were described, I loved it, and I think that if you like romance, these books are definitely going to make you swoon. Even though the love triangle clears up in book 1, the romance is definitely not predictable because there are some things that happen throughout the series that just break your heart and then mend it together and then break it again, and you really want these characters to find a way to be together. So the romance is definitely a strong aspect, a strong seller for this series. Those are my 5 reasons why I think you should check out the Cahill Witch Chronicles series. I really love it, and I hope that this made you interested in picking them up. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the comments. Bye!